Hey guys, welcome to our review of Megalo Box, episode 5. I'm your host, Cinder Blaze. With me today we have...
Strange words.
And Makotoa.
welcome back. This episode was something a bit unexpected. I kind of expected the fight to be a lot earlier this episode, but we just spent a majority of it kind of building up to the fight itself, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of necessary because we don't know why he had a grudge against the coach, where he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, accept this match and destroy your fighter. We need a little bit more than just kind of a random grudge.
There were a lot of twists this episode. The first one being that suddenly we were in war at the start of the episode, and you're just like, what is going on? I thought this was about boxing.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, oh, I saw the random shit. Like, is it
and then friggin'
like Megalo Box, right? I watched the right show.
I didn't even recognize who it was. I was like, oh, is this like a flashback? Is this like a younger version of the coach or something? Like, oh shoot, he gets blown the crap up. How has he survived? Oh wait, that's not him. That's that other dude from the last episode who I totally forgot about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It took quite a bit of remembering and me seeing that he had robotic legs to actually figure out oh, it was that dude. I mean, he doesn't look like him. I think the haircut and that giant scar just kind of make him completely alien to that. It kind of reminds me of seeing pre Agni Kai Zuko. Yeah.
So, shoot, yeah. There's another thing being that the kind of twist I didn't expect. I thought they were buddies or something, especially the way the episode was pushing it. And then suddenly it's like, yeah, you're gonna get what you have coming, and your boy, I'm gonna destroy him. Leaves oh my gosh, and then suddenly the rest of this episode just goes dark, and I was not expecting it. I wasn't expecting it from this show, I'm not gonna lie. Even though this show has high expectations from me, there was this kind of rhythm I expected the show to have, because it's a competition tournament type anime right now. There was a certain rhythm I expected, and it did not hit those expectations. And I'm pleasantly surprised by that, because it means that there's writers on board that are we don't need to stick to the stereotypes that just define this genre. We can have fun with this. We can actually tell a more compelling story with each of our fighters that we go up against. Wow.
Well, yeah, I don't think this is ever kind of marketed as a pure shonen where they would just kind of stick to the tropes just because it's more comfortable for the audience. Yeah.
Having read a bit of the original manga, I don't consider it a typical shonen in terms of the issues it approaches.
Yeah.
And from the very get-go, Megalobox has been oh yeah, we're gonna hey man, we're gonna put them in equal ground. It's oh no, nope, he's gonna fight at a super big disadvantage, pretty much permanently.
The whole time, oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I felt that whole backstory for him did, kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, mostly because it felt a bit too much, him kind of feeling abandoned at the end of that whole war thing. Come on, he thought you were dead. And then when his new coach, I'm not even sure if that's his new coach, it's just the person who runs the gym, he's all well, it's is that all it takes for you to give up on him? Just hearing that he died, I'm what? Duh.
Yeah, usually, what, you didn't even look into it. Come on. Also, another thing, by the end of the episode, I was you're telling me he had no other significant other to give him support? He has no parents, he has no siblings, he has no other friends. It was just the coach, the only man in his life, that just cared about him. So the coach was gone, and so he's just nothing. He has nothing.
I mean, in the boonies, we've seen, no one really has anyone besides what they're doing. We have the orphans that only live by the people who they kind of work with. I mean, the orphans don't really have a job, but the people that they steal
makes sense
with.
Yeah, this is kind of the street rat type crew, so
yeah. And for him, boxing was probably his life. It was kind of everything. And like once he kind of like loses that and he kind of spirals downward, like we actually see him like almost commit suicide. Like he has the gun in his mouth, and then he kind of sees this whole like little flyer for something. I don't even know what it was for. I think it was like horse racing, or they were like gambling or something. Something just triggered him to just like kind of flip out and not like kill himself. So
yeah, it looked like a Mad Dog. It might have been for like a different boxing arena, because he eventually did get back into it with a different group. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, but like I think they did like mention it in the episode itself, where he was just kind of like this stray dog that was like really pissed off because his owner found like a new dog or something. It just felt really betrayed and stuff, and it's like he's a grown ass man. I mean, like, yes, I know there's a lot of PTSD and a lot of traumatic issues that are involved with veterans, but like this kind of felt like a bit like it was a bit melodramatic for me. And when like it actually does like surface up into the fight, like I did, like you can tell by like the way the fight was animated that it wasn't gonna last long, you know, like this wasn't gonna be like the fight. And the second like Jokan like takes that one hit and like the blood is spraying everywhere, like I don't even think he would have won that fight. He didn't deserve that win.
Is he even gonna get up? Yeah, the whole episode was pointed towards the other dude. Like it felt like we were being geared up to root for him to like be the justified winner, to be honest.
Here's what I think's gonna happen, because we did set up the backstory, but Joe still has to, you know, actually get to Megalo Boxing. Otherwise, we're gonna be going some interesting places. Unless we do something weird, like, okay, he loses here, but he earned enough money from sponsorships or whatever so that he's not dead. And then the second Megalo Boxing tournament comes, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to fight this time. And by ready to fight, I mean this time I've learned, and I definitely am okay from the horrible injuries I had from my first tournament. Because he looks like he got some brain damage this episode.
Isn't that every episode? I'm not gonna lie. Like
no, but this one looks bad. Like the Yuri fight and this fight, both of them are just like, whoa, Joe.
Yeah.
Can you still speak? Understand language still?
Yeah, the concussions for real. Like
you could almost say that Yuri put him on ice.
And with that, we're gonna.
Oh, we're done, dude. Yeah. Actually, Jordan, you do the outro for us, please.
All right. So with that, we're just gonna end the episode. We have a Discord. I'd like you to subscribe, sign up for notifications with that bell. We have other social media outlets that you can, you know, go to get information there. And we're just gonna end as quickly as possible, because holy my, just end it.
All right, and we are out.
It was a good joke. Okay.
No, it wasn't. That was awful.
Oh.
God.
Oh, that was. I can't.
Oh man.
Like I knew you were going for that like the longest time. Like the second you said Yuri, like something clicked in your mind.